We have this from romantic comedies, we have this from fairy tales, we have these ideas of what love is supposed to look like. This traditionally beautiful princess is falling for this hideous ogre because she sees his heart.
When it comes to him, he starts Shrek and he ends Shrek, and there is no anything in the middle.
He knows who he is, and Fiona is drawn to that, and it gives her permission to finally just be her, and that's why they're great together. His arc is about how he connects with Donkey and Fiona, and then how he comes to fear losing them. And ultimately the message is, in order to find love, you have to be confident and love yourself. The whole reason Fiona fell in love with him is because Shrek knew exactly what he was about. Well, who's into the same weird crap that you're into? Or at the very least appreciates that you're into that weird crap and lets you be you and
lets you revel in your crapulence.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies.
I'm Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker who needs therapy. What are you instructing me upon? What? What are you teaching me today?
English. It is a language.
Welcome to English therapy.
Waiting to be discovered.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
We're going to do movie couples therapy for Shrek and Fiona.
Okay, I love movie couples therapy, and I super love Shrek and Fiona.
Yeah, well, we're going to do two of these. One for their married life, but today we're going to focus on healthy dating, specifically on believing in yourself enough to want someone to want you for you. Because we so often show up not as us because we think us isn't going to be accepted.
Right, yeah. No, this was me ages 0 through 22.
Yeah. Specifically, Fiona has this fear of not being accepted for who she is. Mm-hmm. And Shrek has accepted that no one's going to accept him for who he is, so he's just doing his thing. And then these crazy kids get together in one of the best meet cutes ever. Knight in shining armor, true love's kiss. Hope she likes him thick, because that's a big boy.
Who doesn't?
I love the music. Everything about this movie is a spoof, even though it's just a slight tweak.
Wake up!
What?
Are you Princess Fiona?
I am. Awaiting a knight so bold as to rescue me.
Oh, that's nice. Now let's go!
But wait, Sir Knight. This beeth our first meeting. Should it not be a wonderful, romantic moment?
Yeah. Sorry, lady. There's no time.
Hey, wait! What are you doing?
Oh, man.
You know, you should sweep me off my feet out yonder window and down a rope onto your valiant steed.
You've had a lot of time to plan this, haven't you?
But we have to savor this moment. You could recite an epic poem for me. A ballad, a sonnet, a limerick.
A limerick?
Or something.
I don't think so.
Well, can I at least know the name of my champion?
Shrek.
Sir Shrek.
The word that comes to mind for this movie is irreverent.
Yes.
As a token of my gratitude.
All the sacred tropes are just...
Thanks.
You didn't slay the dragon?
It's on my to-do list. Now come on!
Right! You're meant to charge in, sword drawn, banner flying. That's what all the other knights did.
Yeah, right before they burst into flame.
It's a testament to how good the writing is on this first one that we're not even talking. We just want to hear every little morsel.
Well, I have to save my ass.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
Oh, man. What a great movie, and how far have we come in animation? It is janky AF. Look, these are animators who obviously had a lot of talent and skill just back then. They hadn't been working with doing keyframes on computers for very long, and so the poses are great, and then all the in-betweens just feel weird as hell. Like, it doesn't quite feel right.
Donkey gives Shrek some pretty good advice, but a therapist might have helped him work through some of his...
Self-doubt? self-loathing.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online.
With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists, like him, who can help you with a wide range of issues. Not like him,
Wow.
because you're more focused.
All of them. Everyone specializes. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy.
That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their huge, giant network.
Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call.
You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you, even from a hot tub full of mud.
Oh, that's a Shrek reference. I just thought you were being weird. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge.
With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from Jonathan, but you wouldn't get it. Or an in-office therapy.
But with a therapist who is custom picked for you.
And you get more scheduling flexibility at a more affordable price.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/cinematherapy. That's better HELP. And we've also linked them below in the description.
Or you can scan the QR code, which is somewhere over.
I think we should put it
here.
over your face and you can just
There's a
Mike
QR
Wazowski.
code somewhere. Look for the scan it.
Well, and you've talked about before that the hardest thing to animate is the human face.
Oh, for
because
sure, yeah.
We are so well acquainted with human faces and what they're supposed to look like. All the things that Fiona is saying, shouldn't this be a romantic moment? Shouldn't you be doing this or that? Are really the things that she's been taught that this is what love is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Because who she is in her core, we see later on as she makes the bird explode and roasts the eggs, as she beats up Robin Hood and his merry men, as she does all these things. She is much more of a match for Shrek.
Yes.
But she's been taught to be proper.
Yeah.
And so right now they don't seem like a match for each other.
Right.
But they very much are, which is super fun. Generally in rom-coms in the meet cute, the person is like the guy is super charming and then he reveals his flaws later on and he has to work through them in order to win her back.
Right.
Whereas here,
Shrek is just absolutely reveling in his flaws, and she's like, "You're doing this all completely wrong."
he knows exactly who he is and who he wants to be.
And he's completely okay with it.
Yeah.
For a movie called Shrek, about Shrek, you would expect there to be a large character arc. There's zero character arc for this man, troll,
Well,
ogre.
and when it comes to him, when it comes to how to have relationships, there's
When
a
it comes to
character.
how to have relationships, there's an arc. When it comes to him, he starts Shrek and he ends Shrek, and there is no anything in the middle. It's
Yeah.
just Shrek all the way through, which is great.
Yeah, his arc is about how he connects with Donkey and Fiona, and then how he comes to fear losing them.
Right.
So his arc is that he doesn't want connection because he doesn't think he can have connection, and he's cool with that. And then suddenly he has it, he's annoyed with it, and then discovers that he kind of likes it, and now he doesn't want to lose it. So there's stuff in there.
The battle is won. You may remove
Donkey's so
your
great.
helmet, good Sir Knight.
No.
Why not?
I have helmet hair.
Okay, I really want you
I
to.
would look upon the.
I really want you to talk about
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
what expectations people bring to relationships, because she's obviously got a
Oh yeah.
freight car's load worth of expectations.
Job description? Maybe it's a perk.
No, it's destiny. Oh, you must know how it goes. A princess locked in a tower and beset.
So these are the
is rescued
expectations
by a
she's
brave knight.
marinated in because of fairy tale culture.
Sure, yeah.
Love's first kiss.
And so she's kind of a stand-in for a lot of us.
You think? Wait, listen. You think that Shrek is your true love?
Well, yes.
It's not very nice.
What is so funny?
Let's just say I'm not your type, okay?
Of course you are. You're my rescuer. Now,
So by default, you should be all these other things as well.
I really don't think this is a good idea.
just take off the helmet.
I'm not going to.
Take it off.
No!
Now!
Okay! Easy! As you command, Your Highness.
But there she shows a little bit of her true self.
Yeah.
She's outspoken, she's opinionated, she's strong.
You're an ogre.
Oh, you were expecting.
So
Prince
subtext
Charming.
here,
Well, yes, actually.
she's not disappointed that he's an ogre. She's disappointed that if he's her true love, then will she have
What
to...
does that mean for her? Yeah.
Is she trapped in the ogre form, which she doesn't fit her paradigm?
I was sent
Right.
to rescue you by Lord Farquaad, okay? He's the one who wants to marry you.
Well, then why didn't he come rescue me?
Good question. You should ask him that when we get there.
But I have to be rescued by my true love.
So again, this is how it's supposed to be.
His pet.
I have these ideas since childhood.
Noble Steve.
Look, Princess, you're not making my job any easier.
Well, I'm sorry, but your job is not my problem. You can tell Lord Farquaad that if he wants to rescue me properly, I'll be waiting for him right here.
I think we have the wrong sort of expectations. We should definitely have what I'm looking for, but that is more values.
Right.
That's more, what do I want out of life, and is this person compatible with that? Are we going to walk in the same direction together?
Yeah.
As far as exactly how it's going to play out, like, that's not something to...
Well, and what the person looks like and what kind of family they're going to come from and all of those like, those are not things that you can predict.
No.
You have no idea.
No. You can say, I'm looking for somebody who wants X, Y, and Z out of life. I'm looking for somebody who would support me in pursuing the X, Y, and Z out of life. Or, you know, I want to have a family. I'm not really interested in having a family. Like, what are these? These are the things that it is important to have locked down.
For sure.
Because you could fall for somebody who doesn't share what you want out of life, and that could blow up in your face.
Yeah, it is super easy to fall in love with people who do not share your values, and that's where big time conflict usually comes from, right? Like in a long-term relationship.
Because then I'm trying to change you and you're trying to change me.
Yeah, right.
And that leads to resentment, as opposed to, hey, I respect the hell out of you. I don't think we're a fit for each other because we just want these different things.
Right.
And that's okay. And we have this from romantic comedies. We have this from fairy tales. We have these ideas of what love is supposed to look like. And I look at romantic comedies the same way I look at action movies. They're great fun. They don't function with the rules of reality.
Yeah, this is not reality and probably not what you actually want to have happen in your life. I don't want to get trapped in a building not wearing shoes and have to fight off a bunch of terrorists. I want to watch it happen. Die hard! Oh!
My beloved monster and me.
This may be my favorite falling in love montage ever.
It's a really good one.
Because it's simultaneously romantic and just really irreverent and funny. But even all the gross out humor, like, it's all serving a narrative purpose of they're actually compatible for each other. It's not just there to make you laugh at the grossness of it. Like cotton candy. So he bites it and it's gross, but then it shows her licking her fingers and you
It's
go,
like, what? What is happening?
and it makes you laugh, but it's also, oh, they're actually kindred spirits here. Those poor, I always felt so bad for those. Classic.
Okay. Whoever the artist is that put that expression on a blown up frog's face when it's floating up into the sky, thank you. Thank you for your service. You deserve a medal.
There's a lot of cruelty to animals humor in this movie.
Look.
In real life, it's not funny.
No. When it's a cartoon and the only thing that got hurt was a lot of animators and who put in overtime, who cares about them?
It's so dark. I love it. But here we see something where Fiona would never, with anyone but Shrek, like, picture Fiona with the person that she imagined would rescue her. She's not gonna...
Well, she'd be daintily sitting side saddle
Yeah.
and talking about her embroidery.
Yeah,
you know?
she's not gonna go catch all the flies and then eat the spider web. You know,
Yeah.
she's not gonna blow up reptiles. She would think that's not proper, and this person isn't going to appreciate that. And that's exactly my point. Well, who's into the same weird crap that you're into? Or at the very least appreciates that you're into that weird crap.
Yep.
You know, and lets you be you, and
Lets you revel in your crapulence.
that's not what I'm saying. But that's the word of the day. Today's word of the day is crapulence. Look it up. So they're actually a great fit for each other, and the only reason that she's seeing that is because she's being real.
Right.
And in their case, because he doesn't think he's her true love, and that she's going to end up with Farquaad, it takes the pressure off of this having to be a romantic relationship. So paradoxically, in not having to be a romantic relationship, it becomes
one. Mm-hmm.
because they just can both be themselves, which Shrek was going to do anyways.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful part of the story is that Fiona sees like the freedom that Shrek has in being happy with who you are.
This is really good. What is this?
The landscapes are nice.
Rat. Rotisserie style.
No kidding. Well, this is delicious.
Well, they're also great in stews. Now, I
See,
don't
she
need
should
to
not
brag,
be
but
should
I make
not
a
be
mean
into
Weed rat.
weed rat, but she totally is.
I've had rat before in Vietnam. It wasn't bad.
Maybe
I've seen live rats in Vietnam, and I had no desire to eat them because they were the
didn't eat
size
a-
of possums.
I didn't eat a live one.
swamp toad soup, fish eye tartar, you name it.
I'd like that.
Nice romantic lighting, soft focus.
Princess?
Yes? Shrek?
I was wondering, are you, are you gonna eat that?
Oh, Shrek. Typical. There's no way she could be into me.
Isn't this romantic? Just look at that sunset.
Sunset?
If I never see a near kiss interrupted by the annoying best friend again in a movie, I will be happy.
Yeah, that's a trope that needs to die. Maybe the first instance of a CGI soft focus lens on Fiona, making her look extra pretty in the sunset. Not on Shrek, by the way.
Yeah.
They actually amped up the pores and grossness on his face for that, just probably for the contrast, because it's pretty funny. But yeah, the slow push in to like, ooh, we're falling in love. You
Yeah.
know, it's all the
They're
good
getting
tropes.
closer, so we're getting closer to them. Like, It's all
Exactly.
feeling more intimate. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all very standard filmmaking stuff, but it's standard because it works.
Yeah.
And they nailed it. Good job.
Yeah. I like that the music in the background, it actually sounds like it could be the music in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You
Or in a fantasy, it's like the music in a restaurant, but played on a lute,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a mandolin or something like an old timey instrument.
Something I really like about this scene is you look at her, the way she looks at him, and the reasons she's falling for him are, as I just outlined, the freedom and the individuality and what that represents for her and that what she respects in him. And it's despite his looks, right? That or maybe because she's ogre by night, maybe she thinks he's hot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe she's into it. We don't know.
But at this point in the movie, we don't know that about her. And so, by all appearances, this beautiful, traditionally beautiful princess is falling for this hideous ogre because she sees his heart, right? But something that low-key isn't really recognized is the same is true in reverse. When he talks about getting her the flowers because they're pretty, and it made him think of her because she's pretty, and then he goes,
But I like you anyway.
that to him, her being traditionally pretty is a turnoff.
Is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't find that attractive,
Right.
and so, but he's falling for her for the same reason because of who she is.
Right.
And very often the trope is beautiful woman falls for less attractive man because of who he is. And Shrek doesn't get enough credit for doing the reverse.
Kind of the inverse of that. Yeah.
Because Fiona in this form is actually kind of hideous to Shrek, but he likes her anyway.
So, True Love's kiss reveals her true form.
Well, that explains a lot.
It's disgusting! Guards! Guards! I order you to get them out of my sight!
I see Michael Eisner.
Yeah. You'll never unsee it now.
This marriage is binding, and that makes me king! See? See?
Also King of Disney. See?
There, you morons! Get out of my way if you have to! But get it!
So he's portrayed as this insecure tyrant. It's a pretty solid roast there.
Whether or not it's accurate is up for debate, but
Wife? Fiona! I'll have you locked back in that tower for the rest of your days! I'm king! I will have order! I will have perfection!
I will have perfection.
The little scream.
The little scream when she flips him in the mouth before she swallows him. It's so good.
Celebrity marriages, they never last, do they?
That one guy's like, good point, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Fiona?
Yes, Shrek?
I love you.
Really?
Really, really.
I love you too.
Forgot the cue cards. Oh, sorry, it was Sunset. This is True Love's Kiss.
He takes True Love's true form. So we got
Beauty and the Beast.
straight up Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
There we go.
I remember when this came out, though, how fresh it was in roasting all of these.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it feels like every third movie now is just this type of roast of expectations, but this was really new and original when it came out.
Fiona? Fiona? Are you all right?
Well, yes. But I don't understand. I'm supposed to be beautiful.
But you are beautiful.
I was hoping this would be a happy ending.
There you go, Shrek.
So what was the trope that you wanted to talk about?
The transformation, right? So she's all that, right? You take your glasses off and you put on a spangly dress and suddenly you're the most beautiful girl at the ball. And that's when you have value, right?
Yeah.
And this is an inversion of that trope while also adhering to it because she goes from being traditionally beautiful to a hideous ogre. But for Shrek, she's all that at herself,
Yeah.
right? And so it's an
In
inversion
fairness,
of the trope.
He dug
but
her when she was human.
He did. Like it's
But he gets rewarded with the hotter version of her by
Correct.
the end of the movie, at least for him. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
This is maybe the least offensive version of that trope, but it's still the trope. Let's not do that anymore.
Well, and it is got this beautiful message of who you are is what matters. And
Right.
the other trope that this movie employs that I never want to see again is the forced misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Where Shrek overhears her talking to Donkey, and that whole everything she says always felt a little like they're bending over backwards to make that
To
work.
make it sound as hurtful to him as possible.
Yeah.
When it's not really probably what she would be saying. And yeah.
If there's anything I've learned from Ghibli films is that you don't need to force drama into things. Sometimes it's okay for things just to feel good.
Yeah.
You don't need a big third act twist, or if you do something original.
Put in the work. Like, I get it. It's hard to write original things. That's why screenwriters get paid a shit ton of money.
It's true. Even for scripts that are crap, and this script is not crap. Even though
No, it's good.
It deploys tropes that I'm not crazy about. It's really sharp. It's really witty. The characters are really lovable.
It's fun.
And ultimately, the message is, in order to find love, you have to be confident and love yourself.
Right.
Because Shrek, the whole reason Fiona fell in love with him is because Shrek knew exactly what he was about.
Mm-hmm.
And we see throughout the series, he grows for her, but he doesn't fundamentally change who he is for her. And there's a difference. Shrek is always Shrek. And in Shrek 2, we'll talk about how he tries to change who he is for her, and it doesn't go so well.
Yeah.
Whereas, being kinder, being more patient, being more accountable, making tweaks for your partner's comfort, like these things are all healthy. But Shrek is Shrek, and he knows who he is, and Fiona is drawn to that, and it gives her permission to finally just be her, and that's why they're great together. And so for you who are watching, if you are single and looking to mingle, it's important that you show up as you. Because there will absolutely 100% your greatest fear in this situation will be realized. There will be people who reject you for who you are.
Correct.
And
it will happen, and it will hurt.
It will hurt. It's actually a huge blessing. Because I've seen what happens in those relationships down the line.
It's not good.
And it's far worse than, hey, I don't like you. You're not a fit for me. It's like, okay, dodged a bullet there because I know who I am. I know what I'm about. So until next time.
Well, I've got to save my ass.
Oh, this is gonna be great. We can stay up late swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. And watch movies.
That was so loud. It was so much.
Well, you gotta go. It's Eddie Murphy.
You gotta turn it up to 11 if it's Eddie Murphy. That's good. That's a good point.
We want to thank our Patreon patrons who helped make this episode possible, including and especially
Abby Durkee, Sean Hagans, Kate Larson, Corey Langford, and Tiana Horsey Daydreamer, which is a delightful username. I read it and I feel delight. Thanks, Tiana.
Thank you for supporting our channel.
And for having that great username.